link, I feel like we'll talk. We'll end up
Oh,
talking
no,
about
we
stuff.
are live.
Oh, we are live. Okay. I said nothing. But I feel like we'll end up talking about stuff that should be live. And if it's not, all right, we got to share. Let me share this. Can you share the link?
Mm-hmm.
Did we do that or no? Did you share it? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay.
We got it?
Yes. And I should.
Yes. We're such a shit show.
I know,
How did I
dude,
make the fucking video thing? New layout. God damn it, Nels, where are you?
I'm trying to watch the live instead of going to the back to the app to be on the show. All right. All right, cool. So welcome to the much anticipated return of Professor the Hammer and JT. Did we play our intro?
I was trying, and I know it gives an option before. Maybe that's why Nels kicks everybody out. Maybe that's what it lets you do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay. Well,
Nels
pretend
coming
we
on late.
That.
What's up?
They can pretend we did that.
Yeah. You can do it a cappella right now if you want.
No. I need robots for that.
What was I gonna say? So cool. Yeah. So we've all been in hiatus. We had a Cage Wars.
There's Nels.
Oh, there's Nels. He's popping in already.
What's up?
How you doing?
Man, the myth, the legend.
You guys underestimate what it takes to put the show on. No banner going,
no intro happening. Me and Rich didn't know we were live for a minute. It was good.
Yep.
Hold on, we gotta play. You can't have this without playing the intro because Jordan did such a great job with it.
My wife wants to know what the hell is Rich doing?
Dominant Howard. The first podcast to be bold, handsome, and dangerous. Could have relied on looks, but let the fight game make him famous. 3 podcast kings, minus the glitz and the glamour. It's your boy JT, the professor, and the hammer.
Let's do this! I just trained, taking a bath, Carrie. This is sex cells.
There we go. Now we're official.
That is amazing. Now we can roll.
Yeah, I don't know
how you did that.
However you did that video was dope.
Dude, however you hit play on it right here was dope because I didn't know how to do that.
What up, Alex Williams? Thank you very much. Too kind. Well, Hunt, was that you rapping?
No, it's AI, right?
Yeah, that's completely AI. I just not rapping.
I like to believe it was you, but you want to be like
Rich. AI stands for artificial intelligence, not Allen Iverson.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Actually, it always pops in my head.
Yeah.
So where are we going with this? So we have 3 quick Cage Wars review. I mean, now we're kind of past that. But Paul, I don't know. Paul was supposed to pop on. He might be sleeping. He just came back from vacation, and the public figure likes to go a little hard when he's in rest mode. So.
Paul single-handedly ups the alcohol intake for the Jersey Shore when he goes there.
Oh, 100%.
That's saying something.
My man is a Fort Lauderdale king now. That's his preferred destination, which coincidentally is probably one of my favorite places to vacation as well. So,
anyone that saw Ed Kinner's post today, I want full credit for that. I found that video. I sent it to Ed, and then I sent it to Rich because the person who the guy in the video is yelling at is technically Rich and every single Cage Wars.
That is how me and Ed interact every single Cage Wars. Even when I'm not fighting, I get colder. I do take it too far. This last one, Ed Kinner's right. I need to be a little bit more mature about how I handle my temper.
Okay, so let's dive into it. We're talking about last Cage Wars.
I don't even know what happened there.
So we're Rich and I are the ill-informed corners for Paul LaFont.
Mm-hmm.
As majority of our audience knows, Rich has a personal beef with his opponent, Jeff Gregory. Jeff accidentally hit him in the cup 2 or 3 times. I don't know how many times he hit him. I know he kneed him. Then he kicked him.
I can find out.
No, they're all pulled up. I have all mine on stills too, because it happened to me in my fight too. So, is what it is. But Theo,
Yo, Theo, I'm a little upset with you. I didn't get a digital rendering of how handsome I am, but you made one for Rich and Lou and just about everyone else on the team.
So listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. He did, but I said it was too offensive. He had you as the giant on the beanstalk, like coming down.
Okay, now, it was them.
And I'm like, listen, it's
People tell me all the time, "Oh, you're a bully." Yeah, I am a bully. You're right. Deal with it.
All right, dude, he's all amped up on. It was 6th grade basketball tryouts today, so he got to deny a lot of kids' dreams, so he's all amped up.
Bro, tomorrow is the last day, and I'm so sick that I have to tell like 10 6th graders that they can't play basketball this year. It makes me ill.
You just be really mean about it, and then they won't come back, and you won't.
No, I'm making the varsity head coach do all the notifications. I'm not even picking the team. My assistant coach and a buddy of mine are doing the evals. I'm putting the list together. If there's a tiebreaker, I'll make the tie-breaking decision. But
yeah, just throw them
kind of disappointing because as Ned Stark said, you better swing the sword if you're gonna be an executioner. If you're gonna put a man to death, swing the sword. So that's bravery.
And what happened to Ned Stark? Yeah, they chopped his head off, bro. I ain't taking advice from that dude. That dude got played.
You do look like a Varys supporter.
I'm finding I know I have at least one of Paul's nut shots ready to go.
Back to that. This was a good fight. Paul executed game plan perfectly. Jeff had some good strikes. He put together a couple good combos. But then it looks who knows what goes in his head. It looks intentional. I mean, even the referee was like, this is like basically intentional. It looks like. So basically ended with disqualification. Paul was not happy about it. He wanted it to go, but you can only do so much. I mean, as someone who's taken them before, you don't realize how much it hurts to actually kick square. You would think the cup, basically this, the cup protects the eggs from getting it turned into an omelet, right? The eggs are still going through some major trauma. Like that's.
Well, it's funny because really, it's like the few times I've actually worn a cup for jiu-jitsu and some of that, it's not the head-on shots that it's that coming up in.
Yeah.
Man, that's the worst of anything.
And that was the worst of the shots that he took.
Oh man,
that was right down the middle. That was like you're like putting a field goal, bro. That was like, I mean, that would have been nice. That'd have been a 90-yard punt right there. I mean, that dude would,
Theo says, one day I have a cue. Theo, unless you want to get choked out next time you're in, I think you might want to rework that cue. So the issue, Jordan, is Rich is screaming compliments towards Jeff and
handsome.
Dave. Yeah, he called him number one.
You've never kicked anybody in the balls.
So Dave DeRossi is trying to get Rich under control, and I'm basically holding Rich down the best I can with my right hand and trying to tell Paul to take his time. I can tell Paul's wobbly getting up and looks like he's about to throw up again from groin kicks. Same thing happened in the
this all happened cage side?
Yeah.
I was climbing the cage and Ed was starting to yell at me, but yeah.
How did
Paul's trying to get up and get going to fight again. I'm telling him, you got 5 minutes, chill. You know what I mean? It's at the discretion of the referee, but you got 5 minutes. So
immature action on my part. I need to get my
Kinner comes over, tells Rich to shut up nicely.
And then I have to meet with him later in the evening, which I did.
And then that was on the way out. We get the hand raised. There's no shaking of hands. I shook
Justin's hand. I shook Justin's hand.
Yeah, no, but there's no shaking of the other person's hand. Jeff has a really big crowd following, which is I don't know. I just didn't think he would have a big crowd following. But his ovation was louder than most people all night. Man, it's like probably L.
Yeah,
he got booed a little bit too.
What's that?
He got booed a lot after the.
He got booed.
Who? L did?
No.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Well, and like I said, I was shocked when we were walking out how many people booed Paul. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, dude, the guy, this is like, I don't know, nut shot number 11 or whatever through the last 3 fights.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't get how you're going to boo that guy, but, I'm glad the doctor stopped it because I don't think Paul has that ability to say I'm too injured to continue fighting or whatever. And so that was when I think Rich screamed something back at somebody in the crowd.
Yeah.
And then that's when Ed said, we're going to have to send you to the principal's office after the fights.
Yeah.
And listen,
I mean,
if anything, Richie is accountable. He'll tell you when he thinks he's wrong. He'll always tell you when he thinks he's right. Do I think Richie was out of line? 25% culpability. But when you've gone through that, and
he also did say "fuck you" to me, so that's when I went into So
but this person has also been on other podcasts saying he's a Jacal Slayer and all that bullshit. And coming back after I issued a challenge to him, he came back and said, "Oh, I'm happy with majority." I'm not trying to get back into that because in my book, we're done with this.
I think it came to good ending. I think that was poetic. If you were to write this script that is of like a very Shakespearean ending. So like I think that's it's poetic. It's cool.
And it's like Paul, for instance, if he wanted to run it back with him again, it's going to be the same result. Like it's
exactly.
it's not going to change. It's going to be the same thing. He's done it twice already. He did it once with you.
Yep.
Like, and at that point too, it's like just the way he went about it. I get like his first one, like shit gets crazy in there, but this one, it was just very blatant and up the middle, and he already had it in mind that he should be watching that after the first one.
You would think, right? I mean, just to kind of
at that point, it's just clearly intentional.
And this is someone who's not affiliated with Jacal, so it's kind of
when someone follows someone from a referee standpoint, I mean, you always side on the side that it's an accidental foul. If he would turn his hip over and hit the cup shot from the side rather than right up the middle, you can say, "Oh, that's an inflexibility issue. That's a that kind of thing." But when you soccer kick right up the middle, there's nothing. You can say he panicked. That I accept that, but it's still a foul that changes
even from the side though. If you're doing that continuously and you're warned,
right?
And listen, if you are kicking like fucking Lou or something, you're just throwing kicks and people are turning and moving, but it's like these are right up to you're square with each other. Whatever. That being said, I like you guys. I want to put this to rest. I'm
done with that guy.
It's really like there's no other anything interesting about that than whatever.
Yeah.
Except Paul, super great job following the game plan. Tough guy to weather that. It was very fun. Them chattering back and forth, all that stuff. There were so many good fights. We're gonna miss some of them. Rich Lang and that kid Zach was that was a battle.
Let's talk about MMA's night in general.
Yep.
What a great night. I think you guys were like 4-1.
That was a great fight. That was my fight of the night.
And then the shocking fight was Jaleel. I was shocked by that. I thought Jaleel was going to take that one home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was really, really fast.
Yeah.
He like his takedowns. Even watching back the video today while I was going through editing, so quick. Like just
so you would know. I mean, you're involved in the game planning and everything over there.
And not so much anymore, but
well, I know, but you're in it. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. You've seen his fights previously. Would you say that guy was tremendously better than what he showed in previous fights?
So that kid, I know that like Ja, for instance, I'm not sure about anybody else, but I know Ja had a little bit of trouble finding a whole lot of footage on him. I guess he fought for like flex fights, and I'm not sure if he fought anywhere else really, but I hadn't seen anything prior to the other weekend. But we knew he'd probably try to wrestle a little bit, and he definitely did that. He went right in for the takedown. Ja got him with a sweep with the first one. It looked like, I think it was a Kimura sweep, and got up on top, got up. So beautiful, perfect. And then the second time, I think he clipped Ja, and then right after kind of went for the takedown, got him down. And then I don't know if Ja was a little rattled or tired or what was going on there, but that kid's tough, dude. Ja 125, like he just makes you. He can make you feel like a baby. Like he's just
Yeah,
so fucking strong.
there's a lot of guys like Jordan Scrum is now what 125.
Yeah,
It's a fucking monster, bro. Like that
it is
is
wild that dude fights at 125.
well, not anymore. He fights at 135 now.
That's even.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy for
He's
that.
fucking jacked.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys had a great night. It was great to see Al Moro up and walking.
Yeah, man.
He's recovering from his surgery.
Turns still handsome. He's looking fit too. He's looking. His body's just coming into its own. Where his fitness is like paying off. Like his whole fitness journey.
Yeah,
he looks solid,
Yeah.
man. He looks in really great shape, especially not being able to use your lower body like effectively right now at the gym. Like he looks incredible. But,
Yeah, dude. I'd take now to fuck with him as much as I possibly can because I can probably outrun him.
yeah.
You know, so like, gotta take the chance while I can.
Dude, Alex Williams. What's crazy about Alex is like, I met him a few times now. He grew. Like when I went up to him this time, like you're like 3 inches taller than me now. Like what the fuck? Like you were roughly a little taller than me before. Now you've shot up. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's wild too that with all the fights we've seen from him, it's all he turned 18 and it hasn't even been a year.
Yeah. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what fucking Duff is doing into the water around there or whatever. But these kids, he's like his mutant X-Men program, like he's like Professor X over there. Of freaking He's like all these, Kenny, him, that Santino, I believe his name was. Is that he's a monster. Because Josh Rosario is a very tough kid. Who else? Man, this card was stacked. L's fight was so fun. He was hitting that. So
for who? It wasn't fun for the guy.
Hey, listen, that dude showed heart. He fought at 205 most of his career. Stepped up to heavyweight. Fought one of the baddest heavyweights ever to fight in this area. And I've sparred L multiple times. He isn't actively the whole time trying not to hurt me. Right?
Yeah.
Those left hooks almost caved my head in with him not putting anything on them. Getting hit full force where it sends you off your feet and fall, and his first instinct is get up and throw a fucking haymaker. Like that's a tough dude. That is a tough dude. So
listen, Kevin McDonald gave him the Rich Clodhammer Laszlo treatment and let that guy fucking
let him die.
Let him go through. Rumor has his photo did not look awesome the next day. He was pretty roughed up, but like you said, you got to tip your cap. I mean, how many people have?
He tried to hip toss Al. I mean, like that was. I mean, he's using intelligent grappling, maybe not for the exact situation, but like that was, he was trying, man, and that could, he put a lot of heart like in there, and
Al is just a madman, though.
He's the great. He's the Hall of Fame. He's I think the greatest Cage Warriors fighter of all time overall. Like I just do overall.
I wish I had more of this prepared. What? I wish I had more of these prepared. I have a still of them from that fight when I was going through last night, and he is just like holding the dude like he just went fucking fishing and got a largemouth bass and just like posing and looking at me, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?" Like he's just a different animal,
bro. And then the crazy thing is, you look at him from when he fought Mark Moses and even Jarrell to now, man, he's so much smaller, but yet still gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he put a lot of muscle on.
Dude, the guy's
I'm very interested to see what he does on the pro level. He said that this was his last one. So now you'll see heavyweights come out of the woodwork.
I know, right? Yeah.
You can hear the people throwing their hat in the ring now for heavyweight. Remember when Sakiel was destroying people?
There was no middleweight.
You couldn't find a 185 or 170. That motherfucker made 170.
Yeah, that nobody wanted that at all. I mean, I remember, like him versus Pierce. That was crazy. And then the guy before him, Sage Northcutt. Right? Yeah, that was the same combo. That dude's freaking crazy.
That's who that dude fought before you fought John was Northcutt.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that
and
fucking.
You know what the crazy thing about Sage Northcutt was the Andrew Jesmaine fight. So Andrew Jesmaine used to be a Team Jacal member. I mean, I still consider him part of the family.
Yeah.
But he hasn't trained in some time. And that crazy motherfucker fought Sage for the 185 title, I think it was, or
I think it was 170.
or maybe it was USMTA, maybe I don't know. But anyways,
he like a week,
goes
1
to-
week notice.
On 1 week notice,
Roof
goes in, has to drop his tools off at his roofing job. His boss says, "Hey, no one showed up to work. I need you." Roof a full day, right? Roofed all day long, 8 hours. Goes to the casino, takes a shower, goes 3 rounds with probably number 2 pound for pound fighter in the Northeast at least. Clips him in the 3rd round and almost fucking wins the whole damn thing.
Mhm.
And like I didn't know this until like later on that he roofed all day long. Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
and he's not like one of these guys like, hey, do this, do this. Like he's carrying shingles up ladders and shit like that. So that was impressive.
Basically like a local carny kind of guy. What are they? The gypsies.
Gypsies.
He's like a dude. It's crazy. So all right, so anything else we need to touch on that fight? The Kenny fight was crazy. Kenny proved a lot. He could weather a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the co-main? Was it Kenny?
No, it was Josh.
Ja and
That was co-main. Okay.
the fast guy. I don't remember his name,
Yeah.
to be honest. The new champ. I don't remember his name though. I'm bad with
Yeah.
names.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, me too.
Who else, man? Oh, Hidley and the Caribbean dude. Great
Yeah.
fight.
That guy was good. Good triangle.
Yeah, good jiu-jitsu.
What do you guys think about the announcement that I think it's a year from now, Cage Wars is moving to that new building? Like,
I love it, dude. That's awesome because one of us three is not allowed to the casino. So I mean, hey, if you ever want to bring this place, I'm allowed to go wherever. Like that.
Yeah. So is that place is that owned by the casino or
No.
is that something separate?
that's owned by the city.
It's
Oh,
Union
okay.
College, I thought, right?
Well, I don't know if it's owned by Union College or it's a city thing, but that's where Union College will be playing all their ice hockey games from now on.
Nice.
And it's gonna be impressive. I'm sure Slim has his ideas, but I've refereed a couple different shows in ice rinks. I mean, you got 4,000 seats in that building, plus the space on the ice that is obviously covered up. It's not exposed, but you're probably looking at VIP tables with like
Yeah.
maybe some seats down there too. I don't know. You're
Just
probably
nice
gonna be
man. That guy went from no AC, Washington Armory,
CD Armory, yeah.
to this to the casino, beautiful, which is amazing, man. That revolutionized the promotion into moving to an arena. Like that's amazing, dude. Plus with the casino right next to it, still great. Trying to think what else. Okay, so the next Cage Wars looks dope. I'm not to cut this off too much, but I want to. Next Cage Wars looks freaking super dope. Dia de Muerte. The posters are probably the best they've ever done. They're incredible.
Agreed. Most creative.
And, main event
Yeah, those look really cool.
is Alex Williams, correct?
I don't know. Did they announce it as a man?
Prasad and DeJesus.
Oh yeah.
But that was a good fight, Joe Crable. And then that's going to be a crazy good fight. And then the co-main, I think, is Alex and the car guy.
The car guy?
I think his last name's Carr, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was thinking he was like a car dealer or something.
That's what I was also too.
Car guy. No, I mean, yeah. Glad we're all prepared for this, dude. I'm on like drugs. And I'm more prepared.
Listen, we're about 5 minutes from Jordan and I running the rest of the show as Rich nods off. It's like this must have been what it must have been like to deal with like Elvis Presley when he was about ready to die. Like just the rest of the show's done. We'll just continue without him.
So, yeah, I said, listen, I gave you blue suede shoes and I gave you Giles Rock. I don't know what else more.
I'm out.
You guys carry it on. So, but Alex Williams and the car guy, that's gonna be amazing. Like Alex Williams, man, Kenny right now is the youngest champion, and then Alex will beat that. That's nuts.
Yeah, you guys keep finding fucking gems out in Utica area. That's for sure.
We got the Katz brothers, bro.
We do. Listen, we unleash Katz brothers and LP. We're gonna be dominating.
Bro, LP kicked the bag off the fucking rack today.
Yep.
I sent him videos of it. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else, man. So
Dude, I
guys
have
get
so
anything else on
many
that card?
freaking Cage Wars like clone pages
Yeah.
Oh,
on
it's
my. I hate
absurd.
all that stuff.
Yo, we
So
got Nate
many. dude.
Lopez in this card. We have 6 guys in this card. Daniel Van Nostrand versus Campos. They fought.
I'm very interested. I mean, allegedly Campos has lost like 20 pounds or something like that.
I like Campos a lot. He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
We're pretty good ones.
He's a good kid. Yep.
Yeah, good kid. That
So
they're both
Lopez
big
and
guys. They have like the same frame. They're both big,
yeah,
rectangle dudes. Like just,
Lopez and Yank YNC.
Yank. Yeah, he is supposed to be, I think, from Street Beef. So that dude, he has experience.
Prasad.
Yeah, Prasad.
Versus
Prasad was Mac. That Mac fight he fought was incredible.
Yeah.
He fought
Versus
last time, I
DeJesus,
believe,
not
with
DeJesus. You
What?
insensitive. I said DeJesus.
Yes.
You insensitive white person.
What is
He's just
Um,
American.
It's the Jesus.
It's not DeJesus.
Fucking the Jesus, bro. Why isn't it? Why isn't
No,
it?
Count
Spell
El
it.
Shaddai
Spell it.
Van Hosen.
Listen, I know for a fact this DeJesus. He's Spanish. Yeah.
I apologize, Lo siento for that mistake. I don't know.
Louise is sitting back at his apartment being like, why do I train with these people?
Dude, that's my hombre. My hermano. Mi hermano. I love it.
That's the only one I see on Slim's page, but I know Alex got announced.
Who?
Didn't Alex Williams get announced?
You know the fight we need.
That's the car guy.
What's the fight we need?
The fight we need is Richard Cloudhammer versus Leprechaun.
He doesn't want the smoke.
That's all everybody wants.
Look at this guy. This guy is like one step away from a Miller Lite, resting on his stomach right now. The way he's sitting.
That's peak male performance.
I'm in a gaming chair, bro. I'm here. I don't want you guys to get. I want to give the most efficient verbiage I can.
What's that meme? Is like, this is sad. I remember like when it was
Daniel,
and his Cormier is just like trying to convince all the people you're on vacation with that you're a 2-division champion in the UFC. And he's in the water. He's huge.
Yeah, he's so athletic though. But yeah, I've been talking to John. Everybody's been trying to get John. I wish he would just commit. He did commit, then he didn't commit. He's going through some stuff, but I said, listen, this is a good. This will be the best fight, Cage. This won't be the best fight because listen, I'm not gonna lie. That Corey Norman had some, and Almaro has some classics. And then the Kyle Kaler, Harley. What's Harley's last name? I can't think right now.
Locklear?
Yes, like that was one of the most epic fucking fights Cage Wars has ever seen.
Yeah.
This is El Shaddai holding his opponent like he just caught a largemouth bass.
Oh my god, dude!
Looks like he's trying to get his buddy home from the bar.
It looks like he's trying to put him through the. It looks like the fence is opening up, and he's going to put him through.
The man is just dying down there. Not to disrespect him, he'd beat my ass, but
no, 100%, bro.
El just cool as a cucumber.
Dude, that's what a guy who looks like who has 5 buried bodies in his basement looks like.
Yeah. just chilling, holding this guy, like taking a peek over at me.
And that dude is not a small man. Ellsworth is not a small man.
No, man. El though, like that's like the fight I was waiting for. Like, I mean, he had his opponents just pull out over and over, but I was waiting for that because I knew like that dude's been working. Like,
yeah, bro, El trains. He goes everywhere and just trains everywhere. No disrespect, you're right. Thank you, Theo. Real quick, last Cage Wars, Jesse Pastor's fight was fucking awesome. I mean, he was against the cage taking fucking hits, and then got up, weathered the storm, fucking, and overcame that fight. Jesse Pastor is a bad motherfucker. Dude, seeing his improvement is crazy. As a fighter, I told him this too. Seeing his improvement as a fighter is crazy. To see him open up his personality, man, like incredible. You know what I mean? Like he's fun. Yeah. He's embracing the role. Like he's really social now. Before he was kind of like, remember I said hi to him and he like just stared at me. This was a couple years ago. And I'm like, man, fuck that guy. Like, you know, whatever. Like, I just said hi to him. He stared at me. And I talked to him at a later event, and I think I had him on I was trying to get him on a podcast. I told him that. He's like, oh, my bad, because I just get fucking anxious. Like, I'm like, I don't, you know, it was his first time there, kind of maybe second time.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, now he's one, dude, I talked to him all, one of the coolest guys, well-deserved championship. I mean, it's so cool seeing him achieve this and see where he's going to go.
Like,
hard worker,
go out of his way to make sure he's but like courteous and fucking like good to you too. Because like even at I think we were talking to him not this last Cage Wars, the one before it, and he was on the podcast with us like a week before. And I texted Falvo and was like, "Hey, his last name is Pastore. He wanted you to know." So and Falvo was like, "All right, I'll write it down." And he pronounced it that way when he announced him. And I think he was talking to you or somebody. I was like, "Yo, how'd you like that? Like Falvo's pronunciation of your name?" And he was obviously busy, like taking a picture, talking, whatever the fuck he was doing. And then he texted me the next day. He's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to brush that off. Like, thank you so much." I was like, "I was just fucking with you, dude." Like, no.
Yeah, that's like what a dude to have that in his mind, think about it, and he's a good guy, really good guy.
He's been charged him a couple times. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to be there at the same time he is, but he always makes his way to come over and say what's up. And I do think we need to finish that tattoo on his chest to put actually the Cloud Hammer logo on.
Cloud Hammer symbol. He's a big fan. It's just an abbreviated Cloud Hammer symbol.
Yeah.
But like, and I heard he put it. He went to breakfast with Paul. Paul's like, "That motherfucker put it down," and Paul puts breakfast down. So
dude,
what that dude ate. Yeah, I was like,
that's what he was saying. He was saying he put down like a full fucking breakfast, like double what he did. Paul, dear Lord, that he was like teeny tiny Paul,
right?
Yeah,
he's that crazy, bro. Like he's just like if he turns sideways, he can like a
you know how crazy Paul is. After Paul's like on like death's door, cuts to 185. He's like, "I think I can make 170." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like,
dude. I don't know.
Who was it? Was fucking shit. What's his name? Corey Norman. Remember he said he was like he can make 170.
I thought he said. I thought he said 185.
Maybe it was 185. I don't know. Whatever it was crazy weight.
It was 185. But bro, no, like that's no.
I mean, I wouldn't really doubt either of them necessarily, but they probably shouldn't. So like I'm sure Paul could. He might like have some complications for the rest of his life, but he probably
right.
185 is crazy. So, But Dia de los Muertos, is that right, Cody? I like that poster, Theo. Yeah, hopefully John commits in the next day or two because I don't know. Like I can't do that. I realized this last week. I really can't do this anymore. I'm like, this is the first week I ever felt old in the training room. Like I know I'm old and I'm old. I'm not stupid, but like it was the first time my body was like feeling it. And I think it's because I'm in a full court basketball league now and trying to get MVP. So actually, defensive player is what I'm trying to go get that award. I'm not going to be MVP. My man Justin's got that in lockdown, but it's called the Nels Larson Award.
Participation award.
No.
It's the Nels Larson
El Presidente ain't gonna happen either. El Presidente, Tim Rankins, the president of the Cage Wars. Yes, it is called Nels Larson Award. And no, he's not gonna get it either.
I'm getting defensive personal player.
Rich sends me the flyer for this league. He's like, and mind you, I played basketball my whole since I was in the 5th grade when I started. I played high school and college. And like this league was like right down the street from where I grew up. And like when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to play in this league. I played in for 10 years and then I had kids and so on and so forth. So Rich is like, "Hey, we should both sign up for this league." I'm like, "Rich, I'm already in the Hall of Fame for this league. So no, I can't make it with you, buddy." And I'm not coming out of retirement.
And everybody who knows Nels is like 50 plus there.
Easily 50 plus. Some of those guys are 70, bro.
That guy's like 70. One dude, Larry's
my man Larry the Viking was old when I played in high school against him.
I had to guard him.
So there might be some opportunity for you to get that MVP then.
Yeah. What I'd really like to do is have Larry enter into a slap box competition. That guy makes my hands look tiny.
Yeah. That dude's like 100 years old, bro. I don't
Timber
now.
Oh man.
I know, Tim. I know. I'm trying. He wants to kickbox. I'm like,
he's a kickboxer.
That's not what we're doing here, bro. I go, listen.
Kickboxing.
I'll make a gentleman's agreement.
Has he ever done a kickboxing fight ever?
Well,
I don't think so.
What?
It's not, he says he's a kickboxer, and I'm like, he's never done that.
Hey,
I would-
RJ Hayes was a world champion kickboxer.
I will
So
make a gentleman's agreement. If John fights me, I will not shoot. How's that?
didn't say about pulling guard.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I won't pull guard. I won't pull guard either. I don't want that dude on top of me. Like he's like, he has decent enough wrestling where I don't want to be under. I don't want purpose underneath him.
Yeah. Don't be silly. Pull the ghillie.
Exactly.
You'd be,
But, like,
you'd be good to
I
go.
will not shoot a takedown.
Dude, I don't like. I don't know. I just feel like it's a weird front to put up to act as if like you want to compete, you want to do all these things. Tim, loser retires forever.
Listen,
how about they both
yes,
retire?
I will be done. I will be done either way.
Yeah,
I was
Rich
supposed to
wins,
get to a
loser
certain
and
weight
winner
to retire
forever.
rich, and I think old age got to him first.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks. This is not as fun as it was. But I think the same thing, Jordan, where it's just a weird thing mentally where it's like you post you want to compete, people offer you competitions, you don't do it. Like I think he wants to.
But listen, guys, it's always cool to say you're an MMA fighter. It's always cool to say I have an MMA fight. We see guys all the time say this, go through, don't show up the day of the fight, back out last second, go in there, get punched twice, fall over, end the fight, cover up. Like it's a common like poser type of move in MMA. And listen, like I give John credit, he's done something I haven't done. He took I don't know what 4 or 5 fights, but just
big fucks,
just retire
for sure.
Just be like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do anymore. Like I don't like. But Richie will tell you, Richie's got a few screws loose, but he's addicted to the show. You know what I mean? Like he loves the presentation, he loves the process, he loves the promoting of the fight and that kind of stuff. The only difference between Rich and the rest of those guys is Rich is too dumb not to fucking go and actually fist fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like Richie goes in, fucking throws down, win, lose, or draw, don't matter. And those guys get the same high that he does, except for they don't get punched in the head. So
I feel like
I wouldn't even say what.
Sorry, I feel like John's behavior with it is just. I mean, I get like Rich, for instance, he loves attention. Obviously, fucking, he'll tell you. And but like John, for instance, I feel like he's a very clear representation of someone who's in it for the wrong reason. Like if you want to put it out there to like fuel your own ego and act as if you want to fight, but then not do it. I mean, that's fine and all. I understand. Like it's the battle of like you don't want to do it, but you love it or whatever. But I don't think that's what it is.
It's fucking scary. As much as easy as it gets, it gets less scary each time or easier, but you still get fucking scared because it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I could be doing a million other things. Why am I choosing to do this? Like I remember. So Jim, how do I say his shoot? I'm gonna say his name wrong. Alliance, Jim. Nels, help me here.
Nope.
I have to look it up. I can't pronounce it. I'm fucking fucked up.
Fuck all you and your El Duties and Dotties and all that shit. If you can't pronounce his name, go fuck yourself. That's all it is.
How do you fucking say it? Jim, fucking from Alliance. Anyway, he was like,
I don't know who that is. Can you tell me who that is?
Jim was like, after my Kenny fight, he's like,
Jim,
bro, he's like, I knew.
Bruchak.
That's right. I'm sorry, man. I'm thinking Shihan and shit. Bruchak. Because he has like the ninja name in the friggin' in his
Shinheim.
Chicago. Yeah, whatever. Okay. My brain is melted out of this fucking my ear right now. So like, but he was like, yo, he goes, I saw that dude warming up in the back talking about Kenny. He's like, if I knew that's who you were fighting, I would have went over there and told you get the fuck out of this building. He's like, just like you say those pads. But I'm like, you get like fucking scared. But it's like that's part of the process. Like I always feel like I love the attention from it. But it's not just like, oh, I even hate calling myself an MMA fighter. I still don't really feel that because I feel it's just like that's such a big thing. Like I have MMA fights, right? Like the whole process is like the fun of it. Like the attention, right. I always say no. I like the attention for the accolade. Like I like to be like, oh yeah, Rich went in there and did this. That's what's fucking cool. Like not just like, oh, I'm an MMA fighter. Like yeah,
I think that's like more of the point I was trying to make is that like with
that's what I'm saying. I was agreeing.
You love the community. You love like the process. You love the people.
Yes.
And with him, it seems almost like he wants an out, but also just wants that attention that you get of like, hey, here's a fight poster with me on it. Isn't this cool? Where like, no, I mean, given that, like anybody's gonna like that, but
Yeah. And it's like,
do you really love like the sport of it and like the people and the things that we all do?
Yeah, like especially now that I'm getting older and kind of pushed out of it from competing, it's like, man, I wish I could have competed better or done better to show my new guys, like, you know, or learn, you know, like I learned a lot and that helps, but it's like, you know, I can't explain. I wish
What Rich is trying to say is that he wishes that when he fought these guys, he listened to his coach and played to his strength rather than swinging for an 18-year-old fucking stud against a 41-year-old has-been. And that's what I think he's trying to tell you.
1,000%. Like, it's like, that's what I tell these guys, where I'm like, don't do
you know,
that.
he's only a multiple-time tournament winner, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. Why would we ever want to use any of this stuff?
Because it's just and that's what it's a mental thing where, like, I'll be honest with you, where I'm like, I think I said it last time, like, wasn't confident in my takedowns. I just wasn't there yet mentally, and now I'm like, oh, I get them now. Like, I understand what takedowns I should be using. I didn't have to use wrestling. I put it
think
together.
Now too,
now
as a team, we're a lot further along as a team now that we have our own cage.
Yes. Yes.
Having a cage and learning how to use it's kind of like wearing a gi, you know what I mean, and learning to use it as a weapon.
That's literally that's what changed my whole thing, because I was doing like open air double leg take, and that ain't me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It really turned people with mediocre wrestling into pretty good wrestlers.
Yeah,
also you can use it to wear down an opponent. You know, I mean, a lot of what we worked on with Paul against Jeff is just wearing him down. You know, and go against the cage, let him tire himself out, and then fight. And that's what you look in the second round. Which, by the way, Richie Cothammer had the line of the fucking night. Paul was having some issues with cramping because of dehydration, and you know, and I don't doubt that he was having it, but some of it was, you know, just doubt starting to creep in. And Richie goes, "What was the line you said?"
I think I said, "Shut the fuck up."
You go, shut the fuck up. You have another.
I said you have
another 6 minutes. You can cramp all night or something.
I said, I said you have 6 more minutes of ignoring the fucking cramps. You can cramp in 6 minutes. I said, shut the fuck. I go, don't pay attention to that. I go, that ain't gonna change it. Cool, they're there. Don't think about it. You can complain about it.
That's why I'm like, I just repeated what Rich said and fucking sent him on his way.
Don't fucking tell me about it. They're
Next
there.
time they'll fall bananas. Monkeys never cramp. Next time, dude, he needs bananas. Monkeys never cramp.
I love Paul because, like, as crazy as I fucking get to him, he's just like, yeah, you're right. Like, because he knows I'm just a fucking psychopath, and I'm like fucking screaming and shit.
The reason why Richie and Paul get along is because they're the same fucking crazy.
100%.
They're the yin and yang to craziness, but they're just not different.
When we go out sometimes, I'm like, I'm going to call it a night because I'm 42 now, and Paul's like 34. And I'm like, 34-year-old me and 34-year-old Paul would have been in prison already. Like, I go,
34-year-old you power bombed some guy in the beer abbey that one night. I left you out by yourself.
I was 40.
You were not 40 then.
How old was I?
That had to be. We were still on.
I was 38. I was probably 30.
So that's at least 8 years. 4
years. I'm not. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Is like exactly 38-year-old me would not have been able to hang out with Paul. I was still doing ruckus shit. I was a menace. I say that in 6 months ago, I got banned from the casino for slapping 2 guys. Okay, so basically, I gotta call it now with Paul because me and him both get too crazy, and I'm like, we can't do this, you know. And so I'm like, yeah, I love that guy.
The time I got called by multiple people to explain what happened to Rich in the casino, and everyone looking as crazy as everyone said, yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I feel like that one. I mean, whatever. It's an understandable mishap.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll be honest with you. If I gambled, I probably wouldn't have done it because I wouldn't want to be banned from the casino. I don't gamble, so I'm joking. But like, listen, I agree with the casino. I would not want. If I put $300 million into a building, I wouldn't want me anywhere near it. So, I do say I miss the egg drop soup at that Asian fucking place. I love it. That Chinese food is so fucking good. The big pisser is in the fucking chat. So What up, big man? How are you?
Sub
He-
N-word. I
he gave me,
appreciate you not using the full name in the chat, El.
He gave me the pass, like a physical.
Listen,
or not.
El
physical,
gives the
but
pass out to
digital
everyone,
pass.
hoping that you use it in front of someone other than him.
I told him if he heard me in the parking garage after screaming it, just mind his business. I'm licensed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no,
I'd like to start a petition now to get Tim Rankins on the show. Tim has never done a podcast for his own promotion. Not that we're technically affiliated with Cage Wars, but we do mainly do a lot of work with Cage Wars. Tim, come on the show, talk about dealing with Tyson and the whole stuff getting him here. Talk about the new arena. You've told me a lot of stuff. I don't know if I can say that stuff out loud. So
Also, I think like what's the story? Like what got you into this? What you're passionate about?
yeah, 100%, man.
I mean, like, you went like we were talking earlier, not to friggin' gloss you, Tim, but like or what did the kids say? Glaze? But
Glaze.
Glaze. But like
Come on, get some
you know,
Riz.
like, coming from the armory with like I think it was called Five Guys fighting, all that to the casino.
How about the fact that they basically, I don't want to say they went out of business, but they took like a 3 or 4 year hiatus.
Yeah.
Like, they did the last show with Guy Hammond at the Schenectady Armory, and then I started working for Cage Combat refereeing fights because Cage Wars was out for a while, and then they came back, and then they came back after COVID with a doubled show that was a cluster fight. I'd love to hear about that night. With no ambulance and
becoming the biggest restaurant mogul connected. I mean, this guy's everywhere.
That was a
Vice and Virtue
first fight, or supposed to be.
But yeah, I would love to have Tim on, talk to him, chit chat.
Dude, speaking of Tyson though, that dude, I don't know how he goes about day-to-day life. Like just the amount of people who given the guy's a spectacle, I get it, but like the amount of people who just want to say a thing or two to him is insane.
Yeah, I went to gamble, and then I swung by Vice and Virtue because I knew he was going to be there, and I knew it would be hard that he was going to be surrounded by a lot of people. But Tim was nice enough to get me into the VIP room. He just told me don't bother Tyson. Tyson's done for the night, and he must have took 1,000 photos in such a small amount of time. People were giving, like, these security guys were awesome. They were so nice. I would have told people to go fuck off. But they're like, listen, my cousin's brother knows Mike, and can I get and it's just like, Mike Tyson is probably a top 10 famous person in the world.
I think
what I mean?
Yeah.
I think top 3. I really do.
You say top 3? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I agree. Like, he's known internationally, whatever. And that dude was just chilling, Vice and Virtue with no problem. Security did good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Schenectady, because Schenectady, there was no real fucking problems that I know of since I was there. Like I said, it was just cool just to kind of hang out in his presence. I talked to Rafael Cordero, his boxing fight. When Tim says everyone has a Tyson story. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I was talking to his trainer for a while. We know some people in common, being he's Brazilian, which is weird. I was talking to someone the other day, that I have never met his trainer before. He's from Brazil, and we know 30 people in common. Brazil is a gigantic country, right? And we have a lot of people that we know. So it was really nice talking
to that
dude let me
from Dynamic
that,
Striking.
Wait, it's not like it's like, oh, I know you're fucking mailman or the fucking cashier at the grocery store. It's 30 people involved in combat sports.
Yeah,
so it but down a little bit. I mean,
it is still kind of wild though.
Do you think you could go to another country, let's even say Brazil, and that one person would know 30 people that you train with?
Yes.
I mean, I know I'm worldwide. I don't know about the rest of these motherfuckers.
It's worldwide. Nels Larson.
Yo, Pitbull can fucking fight me for that nickname.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying. You're just like, oh, I know, fucking blah blah blah.
No. So Professor Junior, who's
get this fucking guy out of here.
No, Professor Junior's 5th degree black belt in Team Jacal in California was one of his black belt Muay Thai, which I got, we got to talk to Fashion about how, or even Professor Walter. Are Muay Thai people get belts? Like,
I think so.
Because I see people, some people don't, but like I know Bury's just had they're affiliated with Smiling Tiger, I think is the name of the Muay Thai team, and they belted like Thor and a couple other people up there. And this guy referred to Professor Junior as one of his black belts. So I don't really understand how the Muay Thai ranking system works, but
Me either. And I was thinking about this just the other night because I was watching something and I've seen it a billion times with Muay Thai guys, but the armbands.
yeah.
And is that like something to do with rank or no?
I know that the head thing, the rope that with the little extension on the back, that's like the crew. I think we're talking out of our asses. If there's anyone that's a Muay Thai expert, please come here and explain to them. Because like it's weird because I think there's different ways. I know Professor Walter from Syracuse, Inner Circle Jiu-Jitsu, one of our teammates. He was like, there's a different certification, pad holder, like assistant teacher, and master or something like that. He was telling me. It's all interesting to me. I wish I had more time. Our Muay Thai and kickboxing coaches are awesome. I'd like to do more of that, but I just don't have fucking time right now. So,
Rashad runs a really good class. I was watching it today. I don't take them, but I like watching.
Yo, maybe you can squeeze a little rank out of them. But like, listen, buddy, I've watched 8 of your classes now. Like, let's
all the fucking day. I heard you guys are giving belts.
Are we gonna take a picture?
Yeah, I like yellow.
That's when you know. That's when you know when Rich is in the house. Cool. He'll just blurt out, "Hey, are we gonna take a picture or what? What's the deal?"
That's why I come.
Dude,
you can bet any picture has Rich in it that he's in the parking lot 5 minutes after that photo was taken.
Less than that.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I missed with Tyson on this one was I didn't get a photo with him. I was in the background of Alex's photo with him, but
that was close enough. That was close enough.
Yeah, real cool move that he did was that he met with every champion, took a photo. Mm-hmm. Even past champions like Lou, he got a picture with him. But it was just like I said, it was just cool to be in the same room with him and kind of observe how his life is. And I mean, that dude, I think supports that guy supports a lot of people. And his crew is big. And then they like he basically just kind of stood up and he's like, I'm ready to go. They fucking ran him out of Vice and Virtue like he was the fucking president. Like
his son's a nice guy. He's on our podcast before.
I talked to Amir there. I go, do you remember me? He's like, oh yeah, you and the guy with the beard. I'm like, yeah.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
So I had a brief talk with him. He's like I said, super nice dude. Down to earth and all that shit, man. I'd be a real asshole if my dad was fucking Mike Tyson. Like I'm a semi-asshole and my dad's is a piece of shit, but you know what I mean? Like
it was just wild to me that like so I was outside of Vice and Virtue with Alex, and I just like peek up from my phone, and it's just Mike Tyson by himself crossing the street. And I'm like, the fuck? And so I went over, what's up, champ? And I shook his hand. That was like the coolest for me. That's all I needed.
Bro.
And then 4 hours later, I was trying to crawl into my window in Utica because all the doors were locked and everyone was asleep. And I'm like, how fucking wild, like things just changed.
I know we're gonna wrap it up soon, but have you seen the video of I think it's like Vlad TV or something with Mike Tyson? Is the best fucking video ever.
Yeah.
So the rapper U-God, do you guys know who U-God is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From Wu-Tang. So he's one of the Wu-Tang Clan members, right? He remembers when he was like 6 or 7, someone robbing his mother for her earrings.
Sorry.
And it was Mike Tyson.
I didn't mean to spoil that.
And then there was another interview with Mike Tyson. They played the video and he's like, oh man, it's like, next time you God sees me, just let me know. I got the money for the earrings. So it's like really, he's like, listen, if you had earrings and I didn't, you had more money than I did. I just kind of took them. My bad. He's just so nonchalant.
At least he's transparent. Like, he's like very transparent about that stuff. And like, I don't know, man. I love watching back on all the old like Cus D'Amato things and like all the documentaries. I was talking to I think his name was Kyle. He's the owner of Cus D'Amato's gym now. and I was talking to him at Vice and Virtue after weigh-ins, and I was like, dude, I saw a recent picture of the gym, and it is the coolest shit in the world that you kept it like as is. It's exactly as it was in all of those old documentaries. And he's like, dude, anytime you want, come check it out. Just let me know. I'm like, oh, I'm the wrong person to tell that because I definitely will. So I hope you actually want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a podcast road trip.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely.
But you know what's dope about Mike is that he drove up from New York City on Thursday, I think, or Friday. I can't remember what day it was. And he stopped at Cuss's grave. And it's just like, man, like that's so cool. Like that's still a touching thing and something that's like non-negotiable for him. Like we're here, we're close, we're going. That's awesome, man. He's, you know, it's funny because he does have a past and whatever, and and like some people still object calling him a cool guy and whatever, but something about atoning for your fuck ups and being good dude about it, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and like
for sure.
Jordan's transparent. Like, he doesn't deny it. He just says, "Yeah, that's what it was."
Owns it.
That's what that dude took time out to talk to me when I fought in front of him. Like he found me at the hotel after. I'm not gonna go down on the story again, but like motherfucker took time. Like that's to me is incredible. Like I said, he's one of the I think top 3 famous people ever. Like I mean, the 3 Michaels, Jackson, Jordan, and him. Like I can't imagine anybody. I mean, Tiger Woods maybe close, but I mean,
quick Jordan reference. That tonight when I was doing my opening speech for the 6th grade basketball tournament, I referenced, you know, being cut is not the end of the world. Michael Jordan got cut. You know, I'm like, you guys all know who it is. Remind you, these are 11-year-old kids. You know what I mean? And I go, he's the GOAT. And if anyone thinks LeBron is, you're automatically cut. You saw the look on these kids' faces. Like, is he being serious right now?
They know who Jordan was, right?
Yeah, they knew who Jordan was.
Yeah.
How could they not, though? Like,
well,
I mean, I guess
he probably never played while they're alive, right? 11 years ago, 2013.
Exactly.
But like they have access to Netflix and stuff now. They probably saw the old Space Jam.
Well, they probably love it. So I don't know if they saw the last what's it called, the documentary they did there.
The Last Dance.
Last Dance.
Yeah, that was super good.
I sent Richie a meme from that.
Yeah.
About the guy sparring too hard, and then he's like, it didn't take much, but it became personal.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Let's wrap this up. It's 10:38. It was good to get back with the boys again.
We'll do it next week. If you guys want to be on this podcast, message us. If you're playing hard, we'll have Tim on next time or time after. We'll arrange that. He's a busy man. This was fun. He's going to do it again.
You know what? I'd be curious if maybe we can do a show from Vice and Virtue.
That'd be sick.
That'd
be really cool.
With an open tab and food.
Oh yeah, of course, open tab. Like
that's crazy. Wow.
Tim won't go broke with me for liquor, but I'll fucking eat his ass out of business.
I'm like, yeah. Dude,
we're gonna edit this and cut out the business part. Nels just said to eat Tim's ass.
That is the best Mexican food I've ever had in my life.
That's what I heard. I heard a lot of good shit about that.
It was absolutely incredible. Latin Day was really fun.
Shit! It sounded like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that food was incredible. I couldn't believe it, man. It was like and cheap, bro. I couldn't. It was. I'm gonna go down that path, like plugging this place too much, but I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I ate there for the first time with
Felix,
Elle.
Lou, Liz, Chris, dance all day. Tim, what?
Yeah. Elle and I ate there for the first time with Elle after weigh-ins, and holy fuck, man, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
We're gonna miss Elle. That really was his last fight. It's gonna be horrible for us.
Did he say it? Did he say it is or was?
He said before it was, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's his last amateur fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Though, he's just so fun to have around.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Tim will get some pro fights going. We'll be all right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That arena.
Hopefully New York State's regulations get easier, because really the regulations make it almost impossible to run small amateur shows.
Yeah.
But it's just so much money to do it and that kind of stuff. And I mean, Tim could talk about that, about the first time Tyson came out, we ended up scrapping all the pro fights because of they had to do COVID tests and you had to have brain scans and all kinds of shit.
Oh, and it was like if you have there was like a fight minimum too. Like you'd have so many
Free
pros.
pro fight.
Yeah. Al
you-
Morrill talked about how much medical work he had to get done by like specific doctors, not just go have a brain scan, but you had to have it done by all right. So this covers a lot of shit I didn't want to fucking announce, but El starting pro next September, our first show in the new arena, same date Tyson's coming back. So you heard it from El
Hell
Jefe
yeah.
himself. So
can we get press passes and
I'm hoping I can ref the pro side.
I want to be a press row
Next time
next to Jordan and other big wigs.
I had gotten rid of
Yeah.
I had not renewed my referee or my judging credentials because I wasn't getting any fights. The only thing I'd ever get is Flex Fighting down in Long Island, which is cool. I mean, those guys were all right to contact me. And then I don't know, you remember Richie? Someone tried to screw me over and accuse me of having ethics violations.
Yeah.
Because
you
I
told
own
me
a
about
school.
that, yeah.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never refed one of my own people's fights or even judged them. But like, so, and then it was like, I got sick and tired of not getting, like, I don't believe I should get a reffing gig for like Madison Square Garden or whatever. I do believe I should be a judge. There's some very good judges that get picked, but there's a lot of bad judges that get picked, and a lot of judges who do not understand jiu-jitsu.
Bad judges.
If you look
do
you
you think Beetlejuice is a horror or a comedy?
it's comedy.
What do you think?
Yeah, comedy probably.
He's gone on mushroom, Jordan. We're just
No,
you and I on
I-
this. Just you and I are on this ride right now.
Dude, there was they put out a Beetlejuice soda, like Fanta. It was don't drink it. It is so bad. PSA, it is terrible. Don't drink that. Bad news. Not
but
good.
Rich is not gonna get me off my thought. I'm gonna fucking be like I'm not. I'm not
Got
easily
me.
distracted like Richie is. Richie will fucking swerve off the fucking side road. I do believe I'm one of the best 6 judges in the world, and that I should be on New York cards because we blow a lot of fucking cards in New York. We have a lot of bad decisions. So,
Listen, if any
I
of
just
you
can't
17 people watching out there has any connections,
listen, I don't give. I mean, if they want me to sit down and
nails
prove
down
it to
in
them, I'll
Florida,
prove it to them.
too. They got some bad judges.
What's
Florida's
that?
hurting. They need you in Florida too. They've got some
Hey,
bad
you know what the
judging
also the one
happening.
is Texas. When they were in Austin last time, remember that guy was on his fucking phone. But that's because like when you watch the show and they're in like Austin or they're whatever, and they don't have Dan Murgata, Herb Dean, Kevin,
Keith Pearson is the
Keith
greatest.
Pearson. If you don't have any of those guys on the show, they're all these local guys. You know that they are like, fuck you. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna use my local people.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and you look at, I mean, New York referees for all the time. It's Dan, it's Keith Peterson, and depending who was around who's controlling the commission, Kevin McDonald, Todd Peterson. You know what I mean? They use the same guys every single time, which is cool. They're like some of the best in the world. But man, we keep fucking booting on judging in New York. And like I know some of the best are some of the ones that work for Cage Wars. I love how irritated Richie is right now. Is the absolute best. I'm just gonna keep talking about judging and how I should be on it, and just watch it till he just finally just throws his computer across the room.
I'm with Rich. Keith Peterson is the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Keith Pearson.
Dude, best thing, I worked PFL and I was a judge, and it was an omoplata attempt, and the guy missed it, and it ended up being a triangle, and it was like kind of like it was an omoplata, and the guy had like an arm triangle from it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Keith didn't know what to call it because he was like, was it an arm triangle or was it the omoplata? I'm like, well, the omoplata would be cooler to give the guy credit. There's only like 2 omoplatas ever in MMA. Mm-hmm. And Keith like turns to me and is like, there's no fucking
there's like a
omoplata.
lisp.
Like he's got that raspy voice, but he's like fucking like comes up to like here on me. And he was just the coolest dude. And that's when I first met Dan. And I was like fucking starstruck, but it was a good time.
They're
but-
both goats.
Yeah, I mean, we have a great refereeing Northeast. And that's why I would never say I should be a referee on those cards. But I do want to work Madison Square Garden, because that would be fucking dope. And it's the mecca of fucking
Just go on
sports.
Kill Tony, dude. Pretend like sign up to be a comic one time, and they'll bring you on. You could tank, and you've still worked Madison Square Garden. It's okay.
I just believe that if you're going to be a judge, you need to have knowledge into all facets of MMA. And
Yeah.
if you don't understand jiu-jitsu at all, then how can you judge it? It's just that easy. You know what I
There's
mean?
people out there who will see like the few times that people notice Dan Mergliotta as a ref, or not a ref, a judge,
Judge.
and they'll be like, "Well, what's he doing? Why would he be judging?" I'm like, "Do you understand that he teaches the majority of judges like in the Northeast?"
It's Kevin.
Like-
It's Kevin and Dan in the Northeast, and then it's Herb Dean out in West Coast, and then it was John McCarthy. I don't know if he has a school still anymore,
Ooh,
but
before we wrap it up, quick side note: Herb Dean with the Sugar Sean fight, that was kind of fucking bananas, right?
yeah, I haven't really watched the fight again. I heard about it. I did not, being of extreme old age, I did not make it to the Sugar Show,
I was struggling.
and but I did hear that there was a blown spot there. I don't know.
So
I haven't seen it yet.
He like cut in a few times where first Marab was talking to Tim Welch, so Sean's head coach. He was talking to him from inside the cage, and Herb stopped it. Like Sean didn't even know what the fuck was happening, and Herb Dean stopped it and told him that can't do that. And then he stopped it again, yelled at Tim Welch, and told him that they can
AKA Rich
DQ
Cloudhammer.
or take a point, and that there's a rule called excessive coaching. Where
So I don't believe the rule is quoted correctly, but there is in so great story. Then we will wrap it up eventually. First night ever refereeing. I do not remember the guy's names. Ryan Clark would be able to tell you who it was. It was a guy that used to play for the Albany Maulers, the semi-pro football team, right? And this was where Cage Wars was self-regulated, fucking Wild West. They didn't have the metal fence around the cage, so you could literally walk straight up to the cage. And two guys are fighting. The guy from the Maulers was the favorite, or at least the crowd favorite. And the guy knocked his opponent knocked him down like once or twice. So he was clearly winning the round 10-9.
Yeah.
If that. Second round, he was winning again. This is back when Cage Wars used to do 5-round fights. So these do 5 3-minute rounds, which is now illegal. So the guy was winning 2018. In between the fights, this lady comes up and she's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit," to the guy who is winning. And the referee who I worked with goes up to there and says, "Ma'am, you need to back away from the cage. You need to stop talking to the fighter." And she's like, "Fuck you. I'm gonna do fuck with it." Like everyone's hammered. That's before the Armory lost its liquor license. It lost its liquor license because of shows like that. So he goes, "One more fucking word from you, and I'm taking a point from your fighter." Right? And she goes, "You can't do that, blah, blah, blah." The guy goes, 1 point. Place goes nuts. People are like pulling on the cage. I'm slowly taking my black shirt off so people don't think I'm fucking part of the referee crew.
Yeah.
So she's like, "You're a piece of shit. I'm gonna go get my gun, blah, 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 blah." Like he goes, 2 points taken off, right? So now the guy is necessarily pretty much just lost the fight. He ends up getting knocked out the next round, anyways. But like the crowd went crazy. 100% in the right. You 100% can take away a point or penalize or take away for Marab. You could definitely stand him up for talking shit to the coach and all that stuff. Does it happen? No, I've never done it. Not saying that I'm the end all be all, but 100%. And that's why like Ed and myself were trying to get Rich under control, because like if that fight goes on and continues, we could end up losing a point out of that because of us fucking screaming obscenities to Jeff. But does it happen? No, I've never seen it happen other than that first time. And then I think someone got stabbed outside that night. I ducked into a locker room just fucking waiting for everyone to leave.
Yeah, he dug his own grave. He took 2 points. We're like, all right, buddy.
It was crazy. You talked to Tim, you talked to Ryan Clark. They still remember that night like it was yesterday. It was crazy.
It was a weird one. Like he did that, and then he did a whole lot. Like they were clearly working on the ground, and he would just, oh, you guys got to work. You got to do something. You got to work. And they were like clearly fucking doing something. And then his other one that he got yelled at Merab for was no kissing. You can't kiss your opponent. He was
technically it's not in the rules. You can't kiss the guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight, dude. I'm gonna fight and kiss everybody. I'm gonna fight Rich.
But listen, Richie would get turned on by that. Be careful what we ask for on that one. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of rules there. Just I would love to hear Dan's explanation. Obviously, like I said, Dan's one of the top 2 referees in the world right now, and I would love to hear what he has to say about that. But promoters hate jiu-jitsu. Like Dana White can say he loves jiu-jitsu all he wants. If he has 13 fights, all of them have no striking in all jiu-jitsu, he's gonna be pissed off at the end of the night, because it's a fucking chess game, and it's a lot of I move here, you move here, I move here, I move here. Oh, round's over, start over again. Like,
because I think from their point of view too, it's a casual fan is gonna see that and be like, "Oh, this is stupid."
Yeah. What would you rather have, a Sakiel fucking leg kick knockout?
Yeah, 3-piece fucking combo.
A grind out fucking Kimura. Like, you know what I mean? Like half the people like, wait, what happened? Why did he stop? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Obviously being a jiu-jitsu guy, I find it fucking super exciting. But when you're selling tickets on pay-per-view, you gotta fucking put up the best show possible. So the whole rule set is slated for striking. You think about it, which is weird because UFC was started by a jiu-jitsu Brazilian. If you're not doing anything on the ground, what do? They stand you up. What if you're not doing anything on the standing up? What do? Nothing. They tell you to fight more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get Derek Lewis and fucking
I can't butt scoop towards somebody if the other person's backing away. You have to stand up. You don't have any option to start on the ground whatsoever if the other person doesn't want to. Right? You can't sit down and butt scoot towards the person if the person backs up.
Damian Maia's living proof.
What's that?
I said you could try. Damian Maia's living proof.
Yeah, absolutely. But
try over and over.
I mean, think about because it's like it's not the natural position you start a fight in, so they reset it back to natural position, which is two people.
Yeah, but you know what? But if you are in a real fight, does someone come by and be like, "Hey, you're not doing it on the ground. Stand up." No, the fight starts. The fight continues on the ground until somebody either gets done or fucking quits. You know what I mean? Like, I like Joe Rogan's. Joe Rogan has a great thought on jiu-jitsu or on MMA. Is if I take you down and I'm on top of Jordan and the round ends, that's where you start. You start with me on top of Jordan on the ground. Because in a real life fight, you do.
I'm just gonna tap. It won't be me.
Let's.
I said I'm just tapping, not me.
I kind of dig that because it's like I always feel it's like a fight should be a fight, not it's basically 3 separate fights. How rounds are done, so it's kind of like I don't know. I don't really love that.
Joe Rogan's overall thought when you put them all together is it should be 10 or 20 minute rounds, not even rounds, just a fight period of 10 or 20 minutes in a basketball court.
No gloves.
No, he did float the out of no gloves, but
yeah,
because that's the most realistic way of fighting there is.
Yeah,
you look like the old days of UFC. How many fights went past 10 minutes? Almost none of them.
Yeah,
like the huge ones like Sakuraba versus Hoist and shit, like where like fucking went to like I think it was like an hour and a half.
I'll be honest with you. Some of those fights were so fucking boring. So it was just like But like
100%.
the grapevines, like you know what I mean? Like just
Oh,
like, fuck
no
up.
longevity too, with like just fucking breaking your hands over and over.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have guys who stick around for like very long.
Yeah.
So I'm
Like
glad we caught
I
that.
guarantee you, there's a lot of people that could win an actual real fight because they would take the person down and hold it down. The other person would get tired and end up losing. But because in regular MMA rules, if you don't do enough, they stand you back up and the person ends up getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you go against a heavyweight with great hands, and he's gonna put you to fucking sleep. Like it's just increasing the probability. If you can't get up, you shouldn't be allowed to be artificially stood up. But
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
I'm sure if you talk to a boxing person, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever, they'd tell you I'm full of shit. So
yeah, but I mean, if it gets, I think it all kind of stems back to though, if like you have competent referees, then you're going to be fine. You know what you're signing up for.
yeah.
But
And also too, it's on you as a jiu-jitsu guy to stay busy.
yeah,
I guarantee you, if you're a real jiu-jitsu guy and not someone who's just a wrestler who's just gonna lay and pray, you're gonna move around. You're still gonna move. They're not gonna just stand you up for inactivity. You know what I mean? You're gonna go from submission to submission to submission. You know, it is what it is. So
maintain control the whole time, and then have the judges fuck you. That's great.
Richie is on a galactic journey right now.
I am fighting for my
and
fucking
needs
life.
to go to bed.
I'm fighting
Dude,
for my
his
life.
face is turning increasingly more red as like time has went on.
Dude, he's like the color of his fucking sleeve right now.
No, dude, I'm like, I need to go to bed.
One of these nights we should just text each other and be like, we'll just see how long we can get the podcast to go before Richie just quits.
Or just falls asleep on like live. And then just leave it going with just Rich sleeping.
Do
it.
All right. Yeah. Well, guys, it was great getting back together again once again. Let's talk to Timmy and we'll get that set up. That'd be dope to do a night at Vice and Virtue. Maybe we do a Friday or Saturday, so we don't have to.
I need that burger again. That was delicious.
Yeah.
Yo, Tenga. All right, I gotta go. Thank you all for watching.
We'll do it in the VIP room. And thank you guys. Thanks everyone for watching. And I will holler at you guys later.
Peace. Good night, everybody.
Adios.
Thank you guys very much.